Hello, I'm Bob Gardner, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, and I'd like to tell you about a friend to the over 160,000 student athletes in the state of Indiana, Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance has contributed over $3 million in the past 10 years to the success of the programs for the student athletes of Indiana. You might not know that Farm Bureau Insurance is the exclusive corporate sponsor of the IHSAA, but you would definitely know it if they weren't. We'd like to thank Farm Bureau Insurance for their support of all of our student athletes and their programs.
Lafayette Central Catholic is your champion in Class 1A. For the first time in school history, Alexandria can call itself a state champion. Cathedral is the champion of Class 3A. The Pike Red Devils have won the Class 4A state championship.
UPN 23 and the Indiana High School Athletic Association proudly present the 1998 Boys Basketball Tournament of Champions. Today's games are brought to you by Ford. For the best deals on the best-selling cars and trucks in America, your Central Indiana Ford dealers go on. By American Dairy Association of Indiana and your local dairy farmer. Winners drink milk. By Ameritech. In a world of technology, people make the difference. And by Pontiac. Your Central Indiana Pontiac Pack dealers are proud to be a part of the 1998 High School Basketball Tournament.
From the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, the Tournament of Champions tips off tonight with two games, and the opener features the Class 1A champion Central Catholic Knights from Lafayette and the 2A champion Tigers of Alexandria. Good evening and welcome. A week ago, they were crowned state champions of the respective four classes. This week, they've all skipped spring break. They've given up the beach ball for basketball, and they're back for more. And George McGinnis, there have certainly been a share of critics of the class tournament and, of course, the Tournament of Champions as well. But I think these four teams are all approaching it as an opportunity to play at least one more game, prolong the season, and have some more fun.
Absolutely, Vince. That's really well said. A lot of negative comments, some positive comments as well. But I think the one thing is once these kids get in between the black lines, that they'll compete. And I think that's what we'll see tonight is two games where both of them teams will really get after each other, and it should be very interesting.
Each of these teams took Monday off. They began practice on Tuesday, and I've had a light workout week. It's awfully tough to concentrate for 6 months on winning a basketball tournament and then come back with only 4 days to prepare for another opportunity, but they have done it, and we'll see some of the fine players that we saw just a week ago. For Lafayette Central Catholic, Eric Washington had a tremendous weekend last Saturday.
Yeah, the 6'6" sophomore from transfer from Lafayette, Jeff, outstanding tournament, averages 14 points a game. He'll have to have a big one tonight.
And on the other side, for the Tigers of Alexandria, David Porter maybe didn't have his best game last Saturday, so we'll look for a turnaround tonight.
No, Garth Cohn thinks this is the best player he's ever coached. That should be a great matchup, Porter and Alexander. He averages 20 points a game. He's a 6'4" senior, and we expect big things from him this evening as well.
Maybe the toughest task of all this week belonged to the coaches. They were the ones that had to get these players ready to go again, and we'll talk with them in just a moment. But first of all, let's check out the keys to the game. First of all, for Lafayette Central Catholic.
Well, transition defense is going to be awful important. Alexandria really likes to push it up, so they're going to have to get back. And then again, they're going to have to get some points inside, so get the ball inside.
And for the Tigers of Alex?
Alexandria will have to rebound the ball and the lane play, meaning they're going to have to play good post offense and good post defense.
Well, the gentlemen that have been working the X's and O's on the chalkboard this week to get things ready to go are the coaches, and they're both with Ron Sexton.
We'll begin with the 1A class champion and Coach Dunwoody. As the 1A school and certainly the small school favorite in this Tournament of Champions, how does your team approach this task tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, Ron, I mean, our goal all year long has been to win the state championship, and we accomplished that. And, you know, this is pretty much icing on the cake. I mean, we're certainly proud to be here, and we hope we represent our school and our community well. But, you know, win or lose, I'm awful proud of these kids and what they've accomplished, and then nobody can take away the fact that we're state champions.
Congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you very much, Ron.
2A 2A recipient, Alexandria. Garth Cohn, we all know your feelings about class basketball. It's been well documented. This Tournament of Champions was supposed to provide the compromise between the two formats. Do you agree with the setup, and does it fulfill your desire to become the one and only state champion, at least the chance to become?
No, I don't. Everybody's looking for a David Goliath type thing, and I've told our kids. We're just approaching this like it's a double weekend game in February, non-conference, Friday, Saturday. We told the best case scenario, if we'd win it both, I don't want any pep sessions. I don't want any fire trucks. It's just another opportunity. I feel just like Chad just mentioned. It's just another opportunity for our kids to play the game. What we set out to do. Everybody's been reaching for the state championship for 6 months, and now for 5 days we're going to focus on this and try to have it equal. It just doesn't make sense. So our kids, I think you could, if you would talk to Chad and talk to the approach to the game in the locker room. Our kids were nice and loose. Where last week, there was a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and so we're just coming out, going to try to play it a little bit better than we did last week, and that's always been our goal. And win or lose, know that we've done a good job. This is our second time to be here. Both kids on both teams start out 3, 4, 5 years old out in the backyard. And as I told our kids, lying when you miss, 3-2, fouled or 2.5, and to play here, to play on TV, and to play with this package around you, that's all you need to really get after it. But no tournaments, no frosting. What we wanted to get done, we got done.
And congratulations on getting that done, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Garth Cohn of Alexandria.
We'll meet the participants when we return to the RCA Dome. Champions, game 1 between Lafayette Central Catholic and Alexandria. We'll meet tonight's participants, and we'll join the public address and Mr. Pat Sullivan.
Welcome to the RCA Dome for tonight's first game in the Tournament of Champions, featuring the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights and the Alexandria Tigers. The Knights, your 1A champions, come in with a record of 24-3, and here is your lineup for the Knights. First, number 20, a 5'11" sophomore, Richard Gilman. Number 22, a 6'1" junior, Dan Shoecraft. Number 32, a 6'5" junior, Josh McCarty. Number 34, a 5'11" junior, Adam Peachin. Number 40, a 6'2" junior, Kyle Schaefer. Number 42, a 5'11" sophomore, Ryan Gilman. And number 52, a 6'3" junior, Nick Weiss. And now, your starting lineup for the Knights. A 5'11" senior, number 12, Brad Metzger. Number 24, a 5'11" senior, Bill Bogan. Number 30, 6'5", a senior, Eric Franklin. Number 44, a 6'2" senior, Dustin Johnson. And number 50, a 6'6" sophomore, Eric Washington. The Knights are coached by Chad Dunwoody. Your 2A champions, the Alexandria Tigers, come in with a record of 20-6. Number 12, a 5'9", a sophomore, Josh Klosser. Number 14, a 5'11" junior, Jeff Cummings. Number 22, a 5'11" senior, Andy Steele. Number 30, a 6'2" junior, Mike Clark. Number 34 is a 5'9" senior, Joe Granger. Number 40, a 6'3" junior, Daniel Lustig. And number 50, a 6'3" sophomore, Justin Melton. And now your starting lineup for the Tigers. A 5'11" senior, number 20, J.D. Klosser. Number 24, a 6-foot senior, Rusty Garner. Number 42, a 6'6" junior, Wade Lear. Number 44, a 6'2" senior, Ryan Trissel. And number 52, a 6'4" senior, David Porter. The Tigers are coached by Garth Cohn.
Tip-off is coming up next between the 1A and 2A champions from Indianapolis. Lafayette Central Catholic, the champion of Class 1A. See the school enrollment, 252. The first school, by the way, since Lafayette Jeff in 1964 from Tippecanoe County to win the state championship. And there you see Alexandria, school twice its size, the 2A champion. Alex in white, Lafayette Central Catholic in blue, and we're underway in the inaugural Boys Basketball Tournament of Champions. Bruce Klonowski and Melvin Redmond wearing the striped shirts tonight. And Alex goes right up towards the basket on the initial possession, but Porter stepped out of bounds, and Lafayette Central Catholic will have the basketball. Alex with some full court pressure.
I think a lot of things, Vince, has been talked about and said, a lot of it negative about this champion of tournaments. But I think one thing you'll find that once these kids get out here, they'll play hard and they'll want to win. I think should be a pretty good matchup, especially post-play.
I think both matchups tonight, the 1A, 2A game, and also the 3A, 4A matchup between Pike and Cathedral, will in all likelihood be better matchups than we saw in the state championship game.
Absolutely.
Last weekend. 3 on the way and off the mark for Metzger, his first shot attempt, but there's Eric Washington picking up right where he left off from a week ago.
I'll tell you, this kid here must play well. He's an outstanding player, only a sophomore. And he's left-handed, very good job of going after that offensive rebound and using the glass for the little putback.
When he had a great game last Saturday. Washington had 16 points and 6 rebounds, 15 points and 6 rebounds. And Alexandria back to tie the game at 2 apiece as Lear gets the basket.
Alexandria in a little 2-3 zone there. Lafayette Central Catholic will have to be patient, look for good opportunities, as that was.
3-pointer from Eric Franklin.
Eric Franklin with the 3.
Lafayette Central Catholic off to a good start.
Yeah, and they come back in a man-to-man defense.
Porter and both teams have traded threes.
Porter showing some versatility. We didn't see much of that in the state championship game, but outstanding young man. Good player.
Alexandria in transition, and Klosser just had to take a wild hop. Turnover. The tournament trail for Lafayette Central Catholic. Winners of the Sheridan Sectional, the Clinton Central Regional, and the Marion Semi-State. And of course, winners over Bloomfield a week ago.
They led that ball game from start to finish. They did an outstanding job. Chad Dunwoody had his kids ready to play, and they played extremely well on both ends of the court.
Lafayette Central Catholic outscored Bloomfield 19-9 in the second quarter last week, and then never looked back as Washington hits his second field goal. 2 for 2 from the field now.
Yeah, both the big guys, Eric Washington and David Porter, showing good versatility, being able to come outside, knocking down jump shots. Well, that makes it a lot easier when you want to post up.
You know, we liked Washington last week as in the state championship game as Porter slices in and gets the nice feed.
Sweet little bounce pass, backdoor, great execution. You can tell both these teams are awfully well coached.
Extra step from Dustin Johnson as we look at the Alexandria tournament material brought to you by Ameritech. Winners of the Alexandria sectional and regional, and oh, isn't life good when you host your own sectional and regional, before going on to the Fort Wayne semi-state, and then of course winning over Southwestern a week ago. And Alexandria had that dominating second half, outscored Southwestern 32-18 after intermission, and of course that game was tied at the half. But then Alex turned it around in the second half and cruised to victory, also leading from start to finish in that game. Whistle and a foul underneath on the rebound. One of tonight's sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Indiana and your local dairy farmer. Winners drink milk.
Rusty Gardner got that foul there coming over the back. Now we're going to see a little full court pressure from Alexandria. Again, both of these teams are well coached, so you'll see a lot of different looks out of both of these ball clubs. And it's time a little full court trapping press that Lafayette Central Catholic does a real nice job with.
Johnson looked at it, puts it on the floor, has it partially deflected en route to the basket, and still rolls through. And we're tied again at 9 apiece as Daniel Lustig gets his first hoop.
One of the keys for Lafayette Central Catholic was transition defense. They must get back. Alexandria, after made bucket, gets it out, gets it up quick.
Metzger for 3. Well, both these teams shooting the ball very well in the early going. Second three-pointer of the game for Lafayette Central Catholic. And right back comes Porter, fails to draw any iron. Maybe outside his range a little bit. He would have been beyond the NBA three-point line.
That was way behind the stripe. As we take a look at the last Alexandria trip down, see, transition defense, you beat the defense, and you get two guys off their feet, which ends up in an easy bucket.
Great entry pass,
yes,
also.
Excellent.
Washington.
Boy, Lafayette Central Catholic playing outstanding basketball. Their shooting percentage has got to be in the 60-70% range. They haven't missed many.
6 of 8 from the floor here in the early going, George.
Oh, nice, tough move. J.D. Closser showing some strength there. Strong with the hands, the hoop +1.
No, one of the things Garth Cohn preaches, George, is the three-point play, not the three-point shot necessarily, but the three-point play.
Yeah,
and here we see it.
Excellent job of pump faking, strong with the hands. Results in a three-point opportunity.
Substitution into the ball game. Nick Weiss, the 6'3" junior. We'll see his first action of the evening. Had 3 points and 5 boards against Bloomfield. Eric Washington getting an early breather. Off to a good start again tonight, just as he was last week. 6 points here in the initial quarter. Closser converts the three-point play. And it's a 2-point lead. Turnover, and Alexandria can either tie or take an advantage with a basket here. Alexandria has not led yet here in this ball game, but we've been tied already 4 times. Garth Cohn told me before the game that his team is treating this as just a double-dip weekend like you'd have in February with a couple of non-conference games.
Hey, Garth Cohn is a competitor. He wants to win this as much as Chad Dunwoody. I know that it might not have the same flavor of the state championship, but once you step out here and you know, you put on the uniform, you're going to compete, and these kids will do that. Both teams playing extremely well right now. You know, Lafayette Central Catholic only a 1A team, but they beat Cathedral earlier in the year, so they got the ability to get some things done.
Garner.
Sweet move. Couldn't get it finished.
George, you made the comment about Lafayette Central Catholic being just a 1A team. They only lost 3 games all season.
Exactly.
One was to a 3A squad, and the other 2 were to 4A teams.
Yes.
In fact, half of their schedule features 3A and 4A opponents. So Lafayette Central Catholic used to playing the bigger school and not afraid of the competition. Alexandria with the ball inside of 2 minutes, enjoying its first lead of the night, 15-14.
You know, Rusty Gardner has not gotten a look from outside. He's been blanketed pretty well by Bill Bogan.
Timeout on the floor, 1:41 to play in the first. It's the inaugural Tournament of Champions from the RCA Dome. 3-point field goals in the early going.
And they both are coming. Well, that's Gardner there. And you know what he can do out there.
Rusty Garner averages 13. He was the Trester Award winner last weekend. And what a game. 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 steals.
And boy, he had a great beginning to that ball game. I think he knocked down 4 or 5 threes in a row. Really got his team off to a good start. Look at that. Great
Garner.
Anticipation.
Can't save it from going out of bounds, but good hustle.
Boy, he goes underneath the table. So that's what competing is all about. Take a look at Garth.
What a great coach, Garth Cohn, in his 21st season. Over 300 wins at Alexandria. And Lafayette Central Catholic turns it over, and Cohn's Tigers will get the ball back. 4th turnover against LCC.
Now the turnovers are starting to play a huge factor in what Lafayette Central Catholic is trying to get accomplished. And Alexandria is coming back and turning those turnovers into points. So they got to be careful. Must take care of the basketball.
Whistle and a foul underneath, and Wade Lear will get ready and step to the free throw line. Like Josh McCarty picked up the personal.
Oh, Wade showed a little hops on this one here. He gets up in the air really well. Just a straight turnaround jump shot. Strong with the ball. Again, picks up the foul. Good job there, Wade Lear.
Lear, a 6'6 junior, had 21 against Bremen in the semi-state semifinal, and shows that with those kind of numbers at that level of play, that he's capable of putting big points on the board anytime out.
This guy's got a nice looking shot. Real soft touch. He's an 80% free throw shooter. Shoots the ball extremely well. I jinxed him there.
Isn't it amazing how often that happens, George? Just when you talk about someone either being good or bad at something, they always do just the opposite. Garner chases down the loose ball, and Alex pushing it up the floor now. Closser feeds the post. Lear from the free throw line. Still battled for underneath, and count the basket. Closser.
See, this kid here, he's just got a nose for the basketball. He does all the little things. He's not going to be your leading scorer, but he gets all the little dirty work done. See how he battles for position inside, keeps it alive, regathers, catches, pump fakes, strong, the hoop +1. Outstanding job there by J.D. Closser.
Just a moment ago, he was at the free throw line converting a 3-point play, and now he does it again.
See, this press has given Lafayette Central Catholic some problems there. Again, another turnover, which is going to lead. Oh, he missed the lay-in. Caught a break there.
Still, George, Lafayette Central in dire need of a basket as Alex is on a 10-0 run.
Yeah, they've been on 14 here for the last 2 or 3 minutes. And look like they'll be taking the last shot here in this quarter. They can hold on to the ball.
Metzger's going to get called for the walk. And with 15 ticks left, Rusty Garner, or excuse me, Bill Bogan comes back into the ball game for Dan Shoecraft. And you can be sure Alex will hold for one final shot.
Last 3 minutes of this quarter, they've been outstanding. And it's all been triggered by the outstanding defense. Big time three-pointer there as the quarter ends.
Alexandria finishes the period on a 13-0 run, and Garth Cohn's Tigers lead by 8. Getting ready for second quarter action. Let's check in with Ron Sexton.
Joined by Jerry Baumhold. He was here last week with Southwestern High School. You learned a lot about timing because this week you have a healthy basketball team. You couldn't say that a week ago.
Well, it's just one of those things. You know, we were fortunate all year long not to have anything happen, and then within a matter of 10 minutes, we lose, you know, a starting guard with an ankle injury and a starting forward with a broken finger. But that's just part of it. We were fortunate to not have anything happen all year long, and then maybe the odds caught up with us at the end of the year.
What's your impression on this tournament so far?
Well, you know, Alexandria is an awfully good basketball team. I think Central Catholic's letting them get some things on transition. They can't let them do that. We worked awfully hard on taking that away from them, and you know that's a real strength for Garth's team. If they get the ball down on the block on transition, they're going to be awfully difficult to beat.
Jerry, best of luck to you and the Rebels.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Well, Coach Baumhold knows Alex pretty well after facing their team last week, and then just as he was talking about Alexandria getting the ball down low, we were watching it take place on the television screen, and drawing a foul and stepping to the free throw line will be David Porter. One of tonight's sponsors is Ameritech. In a world of technology, people make the difference, and Porter tries to score the first point of the second period, and he'll have another shot at it. Garth Cohn got a note from his former high school coach this week, Tom Sittler from Old Pierston High School, and he relayed the message to Garth that it's
Old Pierston?
Old Pierston.
Are you trying to say Garth's a pretty old guy?
No, I say Ole, O-L-E.
Oh, okay.
But Coach Sittler's message to his former player was simply that this game is too good to not give 100%. And the game of basketball deserves 100% effort, and that's what his team is giving right now, and it's paying off. A 24-14 advantage for Alexandria.
Well, this press is just causing Lafayette Central Catholic all kinds of problems, and this is a timeout, or a 20-second timeout that's well needed. Must take care of the ball. Again, nice look inside. Coster always gives you that pump fake. Another 2 points there for Alexandria. Lafayette Catholic has got to do a better job of making stronger, more sure passes, and the kids who they're passing it to must come to the ball. They just had turnover after turnover. It's really cost them greatly here earlier on in this ball game.
Lafayette Central Catholic, there you see it, over 4 minutes without a point. Metzger for 3, same spot he hit his last three-pointer, and that's a big basket for the Knights. Half dozen now for Metzger. There's the lob to Porter. Same play they tried on the opening sequence, and he gets the basket this time.
Good strong move there, David Porter.
Alexandria stays with the full court pressure. It's been effective so far. Washington has the shot blocked by Lear, but a foul in the process. George, watch this play, and they try to lob the ball up for Porter.
See, this is just where you never lose sight of the ball. And here you see Josh McCarthy loses sight. Alexandria over the top to Porter, who knows what to do with it when he gets it that close in.
When Porter gets the ball that close to the basket, almost impossible to stop. You're either going to give him the basket or fouling.
Absolutely. But here's the kid that Lafayette Central Catholic must keep involved in the ball game. He needs to get a lot of touches. Meaning every time down, if they can get this young man involved in the ball game, Eric Washington, they need to do so. He's got some outstanding offensive skills. He knows what to do with the basketball once he gets his hands on it.
And George, that's one thing that the full court pressure from Alexandria has done, is kind of take Washington out of Lafayette Central's offense.
Exactly. That's why Garth Cohn is a good coach. I mean, he gives you a whole lot of different looks, and your kids have to adjust, make adjustments on the go.
Porter can't get the three down. Boy, a real battle underneath between Shoecraft and Lear. Let's see if it continues on this end. Franklin knocks down the three. Nothing but net.
Now Lafayette Catholic, Central Catholic starting to find their stride. Only 4 points down. See, they're getting some good looks because they're taking care of the basketball.
Porter called for over the back. Franklin has hit a pair of three-pointers, and watch this one. It's just perfect from the word go.
Well, you got a pretty wide open look there. Nothing but cotton.
Just flushed the net. 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. I want to say hello to all those watching on satellite around the country tonight. Of course, all 4 of these schools that are participating this evening are all on spring break, so a lot are watching on the satellite dish in Florida and other sunny climates as Metzger knocks down another three-pointer, and all of a sudden it's a one-point game.
Wide open looks. There's a breakdown defensively somewhere if you're Alexandria, because there was not a hand nor a player anywhere near Eric Franklin on this last shot. Look at here. Here is Metzger. It's a shot before the last one. He's done a nice job of spotting up. This kid's a good shooter.
All 3 triples have been from the same spot on the floor, too,
absolutely.
George. I'd make him go to the other side.
And when you're able to hit shots from out that far, that gives your big guy, Eric Washington, an opportunity to get the ball inside. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Lafayette Catholic is able to continue to break this press. What's going to happen here? See, they got numbers again.
Oh, sweet play. Washington +1. Wow.
Outstanding.
Now that is attacking the press.
Yes. And that's what you do. When you get pressed, you attack it. You get a number situation. If you got Eric Washington, you just put it in the air as we take another look from another angle. Nice pass, nice play, good results.
Just a sophomore. Wouldn't you like to have a player of that caliber to build around over the course of the next couple of years? Great pass as well on that lob from Bogan. Porter, boy, so tough with the finger roll.
Well, he just squeezed through the double team. Nice move.
One of tonight's sponsors of Tournament of Champions basketball is today's Bedroom One. That three-pointer off the mark from Shoecraft. He hardly missed from three-point range in the championship game a week ago, but this one is off target. Alexandria by 2 with the basketball. Well, it's been a good ball game so far. Lustig is fouled by Washington.
See, when Alexandria has the ball, take their time and eventually work it inside, they always get results. They get a foul or they get a bucket. This time J.D. Klosser gets a nice little bounce pass inside there. Lustig picks up the foul.
Lustig steps to the free throw line as Nick Weiss checks back in for Lafayette Central Catholic, and Washington goes to the bench with 10 points. Lustig, an excellent student. You see Washington shaking his head. Not much he can do inside when the player gets offensive position. Lustig takes advantage of both free throws. Mentioned he's an excellent student. The perfect 4.0 GPA, and I always admire the kids that have the perfect GPA. Shoecraft dribbles inside, mishandles, and Alex has the numbers. Garner should have an easy one. The lead back to 6 as Rusty Garner adds to his total. 5 now for Garner, the senior. And another turnover. Offensive foul on Klosser.
Well, Alexandria almost was able to convert that, but again, Lafayette Central Catholic not taking care of the basketball. Garth does not like the call. Watch here, J.D. Klosser. Well, he's clearly moving. Very questionable on that call. But again, Metzger does a good job getting in front.
4:09 to play, first half at the Tournament of Champions. Alexandria leads 33-27 on a 6-0 run, and this Tiger Ball Club, George, has really put a couple of big runs on Lafayette Central Catholic. That 15-0 run at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second, and now has scored 6 straight points.
Yeah, is Eric Washington got a couple fouls?
Washington does have 2.
Yeah, well, see, he gets out of the game, and they don't have any kind of post-up game after he leaves, and then not being very good with the ball has really hurt Lafayette Central Catholic as we take a look at turnovers and points off of.
Shoecraft misses the 3. Weiss, offensive rebound. Bogan misses the 3, but it bounces right back to him. Franklin, everybody shooting a 3-pointer.
Everything's from the perimeter.
Porter, he can hit it. Does not. One of tonight's sponsors is Buick. This is Buick's year. Make it your time to drive Buick's award-winning power, comfort, value, and style. Shoecraft, you know he wouldn't go drive for long. 4 of 6 from 3-point range in Saturday's championship win over Bloomfield. First basket tonight, however, as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. Porter has liked the perimeter game so far this evening. So Garth Cohn had made the mention about Porter that he's the best rebounder, but also the best 3-point shooter, and sometimes they get confused on which position to play him.
Yeah.
And we've seen Porter hang around the perimeter much more than the paint so far here in the early going.
Transition bucket here for Alexandria. They were awful good there. Lafayette Central Catholic trying to play a little inside-out game. Everything's from the perimeter. Dump it in, and dump it back out. Look for an open look there. Again, we talk about transition defense for Lafayette Central Catholic. They do not get back, and what happens? Bucket.
George, Dan Lustig had 0 points Saturday in the championship game against Southwestern. Tonight, 7 here in the first half.
Done an awful good job. Awful good job.
Weiss had a man open and simply threw it away. 10th turnover in the first half here against Lafayette Central Catholic. Chad Dunwoody a bit frustrated over on the sideline, and understandably so. It's his first head coaching job, but boy, what a great job he's done in just 3 years at Lafayette Central Catholic. And you better believe there are some schools taking a good hard look at Chad Dunwoody over the course of the last couple of weeks, and there are many coaching vacancies open at bigger schools around the state, and Chad Dunwoody has upgraded the resume at this building the last 2 weekends.
Well said.
Inside, battle for the boards, and Lafayette Central Catholic's got the number. Shoecraft should have an easy one. Back-to-back baskets from Shoecraft cuts Alex lead to 3. Triple on the way, nothing but net. Knocked down by Andy Steele.
Well, Steele really took his time that time. That's a bad pass. This press is just really causing big-time problems for Central Catholic.
Metzger. Weiss is fouled in the lane. 1:06 to play in the first half, and certainly the story of the game has been the success of Alexandria's press. But George, maybe a positive note that Chad Dunwoody can reflect on at halftime. As poorly as his team has handled the press, they're only down 6.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of staying in the ball game, and they've been able to do that because they have loaded up on the 3-point variety shot and been able to hit it. Now, when they've gotten those looks, they have usually been pretty wide open because Alexandria with the press has put so many people out front. You know, when you're able to break them down, you're usually able to find a good shot out of it. Most of the shots Lafayette Central Catholic has gotten have been the 3, and they've done a good job of shooting that open shot.
6 3-pointers for LCC here in the first half already, George. And now Alex pushing it up, looking for the numbers with a minute to play in the quarter. Garner trapped, finds Steele. looked at the three, said, hey, I hit one. Let me give another one a shot. Knocked away. Porter and the Tigers will get the basketball back with 49.3 left.
Right now, Alexandria, their offense just a little bungled up. They need to spread the floor a little bit. Give a guy room to cut, make a back cut. When they do that, they run a nice motion offense. You usually get that kind of stuff right there. See, excellent play. They widen the floor. Good results.
George, Lafayette Central Catholic has given up 40 points here in the first half. Very unlike the Knights. Shoecraft loads up the gun and this time can't knock the three-pointer down. Well, he was so confident a week ago when he netted four three-pointers. Leads the team in three-point shooting, but only one so far in the first half. Lear. Got it. Or give it to Lustig, rather. Daniel Lustig with the three-pointer at the horn. And what a strong first half for the Tigers of Alexandria. 43-33. And watch Lustig, who had 0 points last week in the championship game, has 10 in the first half. Ron Sexton?
Garth Cohn, you talked about your team being loose before this game, but all business here in this first half.
Well, that's the way to play. I mean, you tee it up. Well, you got to play hard, and you have to play it with intensity. I thought the first half was a couple of spurts. They hit 2 or 3 threes that kind of offset some things we're working at. We kind of get caught up in it and have a couple of threes ring around, but we got to stay in the offense a little bit more and be a little bit more alert on defense.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Halftime at the RCA Dome. The 1A and 2A champions doing battle in the inaugural Tournament of Champions for boys basketball in Indiana. Runs over the course of the first half, and Daniel Lustig has stepped up with 10 points in the first half, including that three-pointer right at the end before the buzzer, and Alexandria leads by 10. Vince Welch along with George McGinnis in the Tournament of Champions. And George, both teams relying heavily on the three-pointer in that first half. 24 three-pointers attempted.
Yeah, they were really looking outside. I think Garth Cohn summed it up really well. It was a game or a first half of runs. Alexandria came out, did a wonderful job earlier on. Lafayette Central Catholic got right back in the ball game. They were able to beat that press and look for threes of their own that they were able to knock down on a regular basis. And then here at the end of the second quarter, Alexandria did a nice job of getting the turnovers, converting them to points, and then hitting a couple of big threes themselves.
Both teams shoot 55% from the floor in the first half. And, you know, I'll go back to the point that Alexandria's press was so effective. And, of course, when you look at how effective their press was and the fact that Tigers went on a 15-0 run, it really could be a worse situation that Lafayette Central's facing than a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, I think Eric Washington for Lafayette Central Catholic is going to play a big part in what happens in the second half for them. He's got to get himself involved in the ball game. Now, he's only got 2 fouls, so he's still got 3 to give. I think he needs some touches. I think they still need to shoot the ball extremely well. They've got to find a way of taking care of the ball and not turning it over under the press.
And that's certainly one thing that hindered Lafayette Central Catholic's success in the later stages of the first half. Washington on the bench with 2 fouls. He had 10 points before leaving the game and going to the sideline because of foul trouble. We're at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. This is the opener of the Tournament of Champions featuring the 1A and 2A champions Lafayette Central Catholic and Alexandria. This ball game will be followed by the 3A and 4A champs Cathedral and Pike later tonight. We hope you'll stick with us and enjoy this night of basketball from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. Points in 14 minutes for Alexandria, and the young man who averages just 3 per game came off the bench for a strong first half performance and has given Alexandria a 10-point advantage here at the intermission. Not too far away from third quarter action as the teams have both come out onto the floor for warm-ups. And George, let's take a look at some first half highlights. We'll do that here momentarily, but first let's get ready and join Ron Sexton, who's with Lafayette Central Catholic head coach Chad Dunwoody, and find out what the Knights talked about at the intermission. Ron?
Coach, a lot of jump shots in that first half.
Well, Ron, we went away from our strength. That's getting the ball inside. Doesn't matter if Washington's in foul trouble or not. We got some guys that can score inside. And, you know, we just got caught up in the fast-paced game and standing behind the line. The three-pointer brought us back, you know, where we tied the game up there towards the middle of the second quarter. But, you know, you can't count on a three-point shot. That's more three-pointers we've shot in most games.
Regardless of the politics, your guys having fun. It's still basketball.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. We're having a great time. And, you know, hopefully we can come back and make this thing competitive second half.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Ron.
Chad Dunwoody.
Take a look at the statistics from the first half, and very even, if anything at all. Maybe you look at Lafayette Central Catholic with 4 less field goals, despite the fact they are both shooting 55%. Turnovers, that may be the biggest number of all, George.
That tells the story of the first half as you look at Lafayette Central Catholic with 12. Then, of course, look at the bench scoring for Alexandria. They're getting great contribution from the Pine.
Of course, 10 of those 16 are coming from Daniel Lustig. First half highlights, Eric Washington with 10 points leading the way for Lafayette Central Catholic, and here were 2 of the most impressive.
Sweep over the top alley-oop pass. Eric Franklin, that kid needed more touches during the second half of play. And of course, this young man only a 3-point score during the season, 13 in the first half. And that's 3 of those 13. And here is another look from behind the stripe right before halftime. Outstanding first half for Daniel Lustig.
There you see the individual numbers and the leading scorers. Lustig 13 points. What a strong first half. And Dustin Washington leading the way, or that should be Eric Washington leading the way with 10 points for Lafayette Central Catholic. Third quarter action forthcoming. Lustig gets the start here in the third quarter, George. And why not, right?
Yes.
And right away, J.D. Klosser.
Oh, boy. J.D.'s trying to fill it up from behind the stripe. This has been a 3-point shootout to this point. You don't normally see J.D. look to take that shot. Again, when you're leading by 10 and you're feeling comfortable, knocks it down.
Klosser, as we talked about last Saturday, one of the best baseball players his age in the nation, was on the junior Olympic team last summer. Put one in the second deck at the Astrodome, and will give up the basketball for a leather glove here at the end of the weekend. Georgie still works on his baseball game, even though basketball is in session. Has a batting cage there at the house and takes several hundred swings a night.
Yeah, I mean, he's got an outstanding future, and ahead of him, I think one day we'll probably be seeing this kid in the major leagues at some level. And he's just a good all-around athlete and a good kid, too, as well. So
Porter fouled in transition. He'll go to the free throw line. Personal on Metzger, and that is his second, first on the team.
Here again, turnovers as Porter does a nice job, and Metzger tries to come from behind, picks up the foul.
Porter trying to post down low, and now they'll take it to the other side. Lafayette Central Catholic in the man-to-man. Garner can shoot the 3 and does. Wow, off to a big start here in the second quarter, or third quarter rather. Back-to-back 3-pointers.
Lafayette Central Catholic really needs a bucket in the worst way. Alexandria really starting to distance themselves. You've got to stop that little run. Excellent defense. Down low, collapsing defense, transition. They were not able to convert that time.
Back to the offensive end come the Knights. Playing hot potato with it. Franklin for 3.
Big bucket for Lafayette Central Catholic. And they're going to have to come up with some stops if they want to have any chance of winning this ball game. and Alexandria gets it out quick.
Bogan to Washington in transition. He hardly misses, George.
Yeah, he's just tough. You gotta look to get that kid the ball.
One of tonight's sponsors is Indiana University. Indiana University, quality education, lifetime opportunities. 5:35 to play, third quarter. Alexandria by 11. Lear posting down, needs some help. Closser is the solution, and now JD comes out to Porter for three. Kept alive, and now Lafayette Central Catholic tries to get it up the floor, and Franklin pulls up. Goaltending on Porter.
Poor goaltender. He's trailing that play and made a play on it, but call it as it was coming down. Now see, he's trailing. Watch, he just comes in your picture. Great try.
Basket for Franklin.
Yeah, a couple more stops, and Lafayette Central Catholic is right back into this ball game. It's under double digits now, 9-point lead, but you must defend, get some stops.
Look at Garth Cohn, and
don't you love those expressions?
Saw a similar expression at the end there for Dunwoody as Porter aggressive on the glass.
Strong move. This kid got some hops. Porter.
Porter has 11. Bogan misses the shot, kept alive underneath, and Closser is fouled.
And I'll tell you, J.D. Closser has the ball, has a nose for ball. He just knows where that ball is going. He just flat gets after it. For his size, he comes up with more than his share of rebounds. Look at here how he clears everything out. Good job.
You know, he's lob and finish. Porter.
Little back pick there. Excellent play. Set play. Great job of executing it.
13 now for Porter. Blocked away by Lear at the defensive end. So we're seeing Alexandria's athletic ability going to the rim. To the basket again, and this time Porter is fouled. Or they're going to say it's going the other way. Porter will be called for the offensive foul. Personal on Porter is his second.
Takes it off the bounce. That's a good call. He just picked it up there. Good call by the official. See, Lafayette Central Catholic has been very passive against the press. I'd like to see them be more aggressive, and when they were able to get good opportunities. And they've never pressed themselves. A lot of times when a team throws a press at you, the best way to counteract that is to throw a press at them.
Third field goal from Franklin here in the third quarter. And there's another offensive foul. Good defensive position. Metzger from Lafayette Central Catholic got his feet in front of the driving J.D. Closser, and that's 3 now on Closser.
Closser's picked up a couple of fouls there on the charging variety. And he's going to take a little blow.
That's his third personal. Team's third. And he's going for it.
Continuing with the full court pressure, and Lafayette Central Catholic attacks it, and Shoecraft finishes on the break. Well, I like his game. Dan Shoecraft, just a junior.
Nice touch. Does a nice job of handling, shooting the outside shot.
Lear's got a pretty strong game for a junior as well. Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen some good underclassmen this year at the high school level. They're just getting better, younger. Bogan to the basket. This one's going to be a shootout, George. Both teams putting big points on the board. It's 55-46. Already as a high-scoring game as either one of the championship games a week ago. Alexandria scored 57 in its win over Southwestern. Inside, a whistle and a foul. Yes.
Sweet move there. Lustig again. We're going to take on a look from the other end. Pretty clean look there for Bogan. This kid here, this is his 15th, possible 16th point. Up and under. The hoop +1.
Timeout on the floor. 2:20 to play in the third. It's a 12-point Alexandria advantage. Back at the RCA Dome, the Tournament of Champions opener between the 1A and 2A champs. And some of the fans on hand enjoying the activities. One of tonight's sponsors for Tournament of Champions basketball, your #1 selling local Chevy dealers. Check them out on the World Wide Web, indychevy.com. 2:20 to play in the third, and it's a 12-point lead for Alexandria. And this full court pressure is one of the reasons the Tigers have enjoyed the advantage tonight. And another turnover, and again it's Lustig. What a game! He's got 18.
Lustig number 20.
Boy, George, this is one that he'll look back at years from now.
You better believe it.
Washington slithers to the hoop. George, I'm trying to get it in his hands every time down the floor. It's Washington.
Yeah, well, he's getting some quality opportunity that he's taken advantage of. He just played a wonderful ball game.
He hasn't missed a shot. 6 of 6.
Both inside and out.
Ball kicked away, and now Bogan gets it to Metzger. He likes to shoot that three-pointer from that side. Instead, they'll wheel it away. Inside. Oh, he finally missed one. Washington's first miss.
No resistance from the defense. Shot it just a tad short. Opportunity missed there.
Lustig and Washington banging bodies down inside, and there's Lustig with the basketball.
So when they're patient on offense, get the ball inside, they usually get something every time.
Steele hit a three-pointer from there in the first half. Inside of a minute.
Nice job of being patient offensively.
And a whistle and a foul. Metzger got a hand on him. And on Metzger, that will be his third personal. Lafayette Central Catholic doesn't seem quite as fresh, George.
Well, they don't. And again, they have really struggled with the full court pressure. And you know, once you don't take care of the basketball, and I think maybe it's just a little confidence thing. But this game's far from being over. You just need to, you know, come up with some stops defensively, start shooting the ball a little bit better, and taking care of it more on the offensive end.
Well, we've seen some lazy passes and some things of that nature that may indicate that the legs aren't quite as strong today. Back-to-back baskets. Lustig now with 20 after Porter had gotten the first two.
Well, you know, these kids are playing well beyond a regular basketball season here tonight. I mean,
it's easy to understand why they're tired.
The college game is over, and we're one of the few high schools probably in the state, I mean in the country, that are still playing. But again, this is just part of it, and these kids got to strap it up.
Lafayette Central Catholic with a basket just before the horn. But Alexandria has made defense its statement tonight. Watch Porter go to the basket, gets the nice hoop, and again we saw the tired legs of Washington. Didn't move the feet, and then the quick steal off the inbounds. And it's Daniel Lustig's night. He averages 3 and has 20. Lafayette Central Catholic and their coach Chad Dunwoody with a tough night of it, as Alexandria has really put the clamps on defensively, and that's made the difference. Ron Sexton?
Vince, Coach Dunwoody told his team to pick their spots with patience here in the fourth quarter. Use patience against the press, but the first available three, the first open look, he wants three-pointers and an abundance here in the fourth quarter.
Down by 14 as we enter the fourth and final period. They need to look from the perimeter shot, just as Ron indicated, and Shoecraft shows his ability with the triple. His first basket here in the second half, or give him a second bucket here in the half. He had a two-pointer in the third. 10 now for the game for Shoecraft. Lustig, hey, why not? It's this kid's night. Give him the ball every time down, right?
He's done everything else right. I mean, it's one of the few misses he's had.
Game summary brought to you by your local electrical cooperative, bringing you the power of human connections. How about Alexandria with 4 players in double figures, and Lustig 7 of 9 from the floor.
Well, again, taking care of the basketball critical now. You got to maximize every opportunity. No turnovers. You're down 11.
Steele getting some good minutes tonight. Did not see this extensive action in the championship game last Saturday. Lustig does it again.
He never wants this game to end, probably, does he?
He's been fun to watch. He did not score in the championship game Saturday. He has 22 tonight as Shoecraft knocks down another one. A dozen now for Shoecraft. One of tonight's sponsors is Ford. Your Indiana Ford dealers, proud to be a part of an Indiana tradition. Your Indiana Ford dealers, the one. Foul inside on Washington, and Lafayette Central Catholic's hopes are not getting any brighter as he just picked up his fourth.
Well, Alexandra's been awful successful with these types of passes, little alley-oops. And that time, picking up the foul, Eric Washington, fourth foul. He's going to come out 6.5 minute mark. We'll look to see him back here, I think, pretty soon.
Well, and the tough part about Washington going to the bench for Lafayette Central Catholic, not only does that hurt them on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well. But Shoecraft is coming alive with 3 baskets here in the fourth.
Yeah, this kid's played really good ball game for Central Catholic. Now, see, they're getting after Alexandria a bit. Missed opportunity there for the Tigers. Now you really need to spread that court.
Garner fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Watch Shoecraft with the good defense.
Great anticipation. He just anticipates his pass, jumps in the passing lane. He's got a free, clear path to the bucket before he needs a deuce.
Like Washington, he's a transfer from Lafayette Jeff, making the most of his opportunities at Central Catholic. It's a 9-point game. (66-57), Garth Cohn's Tigers hanging right in there, leading by 9. And Lafayette Central Catholic has attempted a run with 7 points here in the quarter from Dan Shoecraft.
Rusty Gardner with opportunity for 2 here.
Garner, 72% free throw shooter.
Well, he missed both of them. Well, you don't get the rebound there. That's big there. You got to come up with rebounds. Lafayette Catholic wanting to get back into this ball game. Eric Franklin picks up that foul. Alexandria back at the foul line with a 1-and-1.
The hero of the night, Daniel Lustig. Well, Garth Cohn told me last week that this kid has gotten better each and every week. Well, I would say he's gotten better this week. He went from 0 points to 23.
As you said, Vince, only a junior, so he's got next year as well. He's been a primetime player here tonight for Alexandria.
Alex sticking with the full court pressure that has been key to their success this evening. Johnson inside. Second basket of the night for Dustin Johnson. Still a 9-point advantage. And right now the clock is as much an opponent to Lafayette Central Catholic as is Alexandria.
See, Alexandria now is trying to spread the floor a little bit, get into their offense, a little motion offense. Spread it, look for those opportunities. Do so well setting picks, back cutting.
Errant post pass, and now LCC to the offensive end. Franklin can shoot the three. He has done so successfully tonight, but misses this time. Lear with yet another rebound. Inside is Porter, +1.
Excellent ball movement there by Alexandria. From one side of the court to the other, you end up with an outstanding look inside from David Porter. So quick and explosive when he gets it there. Nice job.
Just a little bit of body contact, and Washington is back into the ball game for Lafayette Central Catholic. Dunwoody could ill afford to leave him on the bench any longer with 4:58 to play. Down by 11. Inside of 5 minutes, Franklin shoots the three again. Just remember, we said that Dunwoody had told the team in the huddle, look for the three-pointer, and Johnson grabs the rebound and will go to the free throw line. Pontiac is one of tonight's sponsors. You can take advantage of 2.9% APR financing or $1,500 cash back on all 98 Grand Ams exclusively at your Central Indiana Pontiac Pack dealers. Johnson was just twisting away there using the good.
So this is a great way to try and get yourself back into the ball game. You look for the threes. If you don't get a look from outside, try and get it inside. Try and create a foul for yourself. Here you score points with the clock stopped, but it's important that you convert.
.444 to play in the game. Inside, and there's another whistle and a foul against Lafayette Central Catholic. Franklin will pick up the personal. Watch it inside.
Well, again, this kid is so strong, and he loves to pump fake. That time, clearly Eric Franklin just hanging on. Klosser with an opportunity for two here. 60% free throw shooter.
Klosser, another one of those outstanding students. 3.95 GPA. Offensive rebound and a foul. Washington's gone.
Wow.
Just like that. He lasted 24 seconds, George.
Well, first of all, see, he doesn't do a good job of getting position on that first one. You just can't let your man get around you. You got to establish position. Then once he gets in front of you, you reach over, it's an automatic foul. Now this kid, outstanding player, 2 more years in the game, is still, you know, he needs to probably work on the weights a little bit, get stronger, but he's got a bright future, Eric Washington. You see 14 points, 3 rebounds, and limited action.
Nothing to hang your head about, young man. An excellent state tournament a week ago, and a strong showing out here tonight while he was on the floor.
Yeah, you tell me these kids don't care. It's
Lear will have one more. His team leads by 12. And Alexandria wants a timeout. It's a 20-second timeout. The Tigers of Alexandria in command, George McGinnis.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've done a nice job of just keeping enough distance between themselves and, of course, the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights. They've done a really outstanding job at both ends. The press has caused a lot of problems. And then on the offensive end, they've had a nice mix from perimeter to inside game. They spread the floor very nicely on the offensive end. And they always get good percentage shots. They have just played a pretty darn good ball game here tonight.
Lafayette Central Catholic really with a stern test ahead as their top scorer is on the bench. But Shoecraft continues to warm up from the perimeter. And if he gets hot, George, he can get you back in a game in a hurry. Klosser chases it down and like an outfielder going for a long drive to the wall.
Oh, my. Just a little bit farther out for Seacraft. This kid's...
Lear, body contact, but no call, and they're getting up and down the floor quickly now. Right back to the hoop is Metzger.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide open ball game right now. If you don't want this, if you're Alexander, you want to take your time and really use that clock.
Franklin rebounds. It's a 9-point game. Shoecraft for 3 more. This one won't roll, but Weiss had it knocked out of his hands, and Chad Dunwoody really upset over on the Lafayette Central Catholic bench.
With good reason there. That was clearly a foul across the arm. I don't know if we'll get able to see that again, but I can see why Dunwoody's upset. Just watch the reach in. Now, usually this is an automatic foul, and you reach in, but nothing's called here. And that's where it upset the coach a little bit.
Well, and when you've done such a fine job in clawing your way back into this one, you got your leading scorer on the bench who's fouled out, and you've still got 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play. You want those calls that you deserve.
Yeah, you bet.
Franklin, and all of a sudden Lafayette Central Catholic is showing some life, and with some pressure of their own. Klosser dribbles out of trouble, and the momentum has swayed. Stolen away by Franklin.
Now 3 here, and we got ourselves a ball game again.
Shoecraft, why not? 22 for Shoecraft. 2:39 to play in the game. 76-71. Lafayette Central Catholic right back in it.
Well, this young man has played a big role in this comeback. Dan Seacraft, of course, again, nice little finger roll there. So I think Alexandria has not done a good job. They've played right into the hands of Lafayette Central Catholic. They don't want to get up into a run and gun ball game at this stage of the game. They really need to settle down, get into their offense, be a little bit more patient.
George Shoecraft with 15 points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's been lighting it up. And got themselves right back into the ball game. 2 minutes, 39 seconds. And we got ourselves a ball game again. You know, since the 1st quarter, this has been Alexandria's ball game. But again, they've let Lafayette Catholic get right back in it because they were not patient. And Lafayette Catholic, Central Catholic got hot. And plenty of time now.
There's Eric Franklin. Chad Dunwoody has seen his Knights come right back, and they've done so on the shoulders of that young man, Dan Shoecraft, 15 fourth-quarter points. He has 22 for the game, and that follows up his 20-point effort in the state championship contest last Saturday against Bloomfield.
See, I think Lafayette Central Catholic should have been pressing a long time ago. When you get pressed, it's always nice to see how other teams respond when they're pressed. Now they're still
keeping it alive. Somehow Klosser came away with it. Bodies on the floor. It's going to belong to Central Catholic. Wow. RCA is one of tonight's sponsors. For championship performance, always look to RCA. RCA is changing entertainment again.
Boy, outstanding hustle there by J.D. Klosser.
Garner called for the foul. And they're really heating up out there on the court now, George. 2:21 to play, and it is intense.
Foul number 24 on Rusty Garner, his second.
Just the ball out there.
Alexandria on the defense, leading by 5. Lafayette Central Catholic has made a terrific comeback.
Oh my, he comes clean.
Got it. Another three-pointer here in the fourth for the Knights, and now a whistle and a foul. The fourth three-pointer of the fourth quarter for Lafayette Central Catholic.
Man, nice out-of-bounds play there. Eric Frank comes clean, does a nice job of knocking down the trifecta.
Franklin 4 of 5 from three-point range tonight.
Rusty Gardner with a chance to opportunity for 2. Good job there.
Garner missed the second shot, but he crossed the line too soon. You've got to wait until it hits the rim.
Well, Garner didn't feel like he was going to make it, so he tried to sneak a little bit, got caught. Not a good pass there.
And now Klosser has just fouled Bill Bogan. Well, George, what a comeback this would be if Lawrence Central or Lafayette Central Catholic could complete the run. They trailed by 14 at the start of this fourth period.
Yeah, this ball game. Now watch over the top as Klosser comes, trying to get that ball, picks up his 4th foul.
Shoecraft, why not? He's hot, misses, but you still got to take it if you got it. Weiss, nice job giving Lafayette Central Catholic the second chance. Shoecraft dribbles in and draws the foul. And George, down by just 3 with 1:50 to play. Lafayette Central Catholic doesn't have to shoot the 3 now.
Three's not that important here. Again, he breaks the double there, and he's able to slide through, get the foul. Now this clock is stopped again. He's going to get an opportunity for 2. And Seacraft, 75% free throw shooter. So things look pretty good to this point for Lafayette Central Catholic. This kid's played a wonderful fourth quarter. This could be his 15th and 16th point of this quarter.
It's a 2-point game. Shoecraft started half the games this season, but in the second half of the campaign has come off the bench, and what a spark he's given his club tonight. 24 points. Garner feeds Lustig, and his memorable night continues. Knocked away from behind momentarily. Shoecraft misses. Porter gets the rebound, but saves it right to Metzger. Again, Shoecraft.
Oh, my.
We're tied.
Oh, still. I guess it hit the bottom of the bucket.
Unbelievable. Dan Shoecraft has sent the Knights into a frenzy. 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And Lafayette Central Catholic has come from 14 down in this period.
Unbelievable. Way behind the stripe. This kid has been red hot.
George, he's just 5 of 13 from beyond three-point range, but he's made them count. That was the inbounds play that hit the bottom of the basket.
Yes, absolutely.
So Lafayette Central Catholic gets the basketball back, and George, boy, we were just talking about how Lafayette Central Catholic seemed tired and they were fatigued, but then they went to the press, and all of a sudden it energized their play.
The whole attitude, this whole ball club changed because they were able to get some things out of it. You know, they got some turnovers. They got some quick looks. They upped the pace of the ball game. Alexandria played right into their hand by getting into a fast-paced ball game with the 4 minutes to go in the ball game, leading by 12. And what has happened is this team has done a wonderful job, has got a chance here to win this ball game, got the ball, 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock. That's a lot of time to put ball down the free throws this ball game.
There's the man of the hour, Dan Shoecraft, 20 points here in the period, and Eric Washington fouled out long ago, but he has been the #1 cheerleader on the Lafayette Central Catholic bench, encouraging his club. Approaching the 1 minute mark, Lafayette Central Catholic with the ball, and the game is tied.
I wonder if they're going to hold for the last shot.
There's the answer.
Oh,
Bogan for three. A steal by Metzger, and now they'll hold the ball. And Alexandria has to foul.
Wow.
6 3-pointers here in the period from Lafayette Central Catholic.
This one's hard to believe. Outstanding.
Just Bogan's second field goal of the night.
And here's a guy you probably don't expect to hit a big-time shot. But bigger than that yet is a steal by this young man, Metzger. Outstanding.
How quickly this one has turned around.
Now this is going to be a 2-possession ball game. Watch, he anticipates that pass. Excellent job. 2-possession ball game, whichever way, whether he makes or misses here for Alexandria, but they must get a good look here. 4-point lead, plenty of time.
George, Lafayette Central Catholic is on a 24-7 run.
Wow. Still plenty of time left in this ball game.
Lafayette Central Catholic has scored 33 points here in the fourth.
Oh! Wow.
Lustig with the three-pointer. He has 29. This young man did not score a single point in the championship game, and he's come back with 29 tonight.
I mean,
I'm not sure which performance from which one of these individuals is more amazing.
Well, look how deep it is. No, he just doesn't hesitate. I mean, that's way beyond NBA three-point land, and he hits nothing but twine. Boy, great finish to this ball game.
Unbelievable. What a terrific comeback. I was making the comment that Lafayette Central Catholic has scored 33 points in this quarter, and that matches their entire total from the first half. And now Shoecraft, who has just been awesome here in the fourth with 20 points in the period, adds to his total. He has 28 tonight.
Well, we talked about free throws being awful important here. 22.9 seconds, still quite a bit of time. The Alexander now, you'll probably be looking for the three. They get the timeout here. 22nd timeout for Lafayette Central Catholic.
Wow, what a solid performance from both of these clubs tonight. Alexandria owned the early portion of the game and seemed to be on its way to victory, holding a 14-point lead at the end of 3 quarters. But Dan Shoecraft got hot to open up the fourth. He scored 7 straight points, and that was just the beginning. He has now 22 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Unbelievable.
29 for Shoecraft, and Daniel Lustig has 29 for Alexandria. Alex with the basketball, down by 3.
Well, you got to get it up the court here. Still a lot of time, 15 seconds. They're looking for the 3 clearly here.
Lustig, he'll shoot it.
Oh! Unbelievable. Daniel Lustig.
Metzger, it's blocked. Wow, what a defensive play from Rusty Garner.
Now, this is about as good as it gets right here.
Great defense from Garner to avoid the foul and still get the block shot. 2.5 left. A basket wins the game for Lafayette Central Catholic. Franklin. Overtime.
Daniel Lustig.
Overtime at the RCA Dome. 1A versus 2A. They're dead even. A game that was a sleeper for the first 3 quarters has turned into a thriller in the 4th, and now we go to overtime.
Well, this young man has just been unbelievable. 2 big threes down the stretch.
And the final possession for Lafayette Central Catholic ends regulation, sends us to overtime, and Alexandria will have the ball to start the extra period. If there's one disadvantage for Lafayette Central Catholic, George, Eric Washington on the bench. He's fouled out, but Lafayette Central Catholic made its run with Washington on the sideline. They've got Shoecraft out there, and that's what counts at this point for Lafayette Central Catholic, and the same can be said for Daniel Lustig of Alexandria. Lear nets the jump shot. And a turnover. Alex will get the basketball back.
Well, again, turnover. Not very good. See if Alexandria is able to take advantage with points off.
Boy, Klosser had a player wide open and is selected to go for the more dangerous pass, and Franklin makes him pay for it with the tie game. Franklin now has 20, and everybody delivering on both ends. Porter misses. Bogan rebounds. And how about Bogan's big shot?
Yeah,
the three-pointer earlier, late in the stages of the 4th quarter.
Very effective.
Lafayette Central Catholic a 3-point lead. Shoecraft, he's feeling it, George. They continue to let him fly. We're in overtime. Tournament of Champions 1A versus 2A. Lafayette Central Catholic has proven no matter how small a school, it can play with the bigger boys. And Metzger is called for over the back. Lafayette Central Catholic proved it all season long. Again, the big schools didn't intimidate them.
J.D. Klosser, look at him. He's just always around the ball, clearing the post out, being strong and picking up some free throw opportunities for himself.
Metzger's foul was his 4th. Talk about J.D. Klosser and how competitive he is. They had a pep session before the regional where the mothers of the players went out for a shooting contest, and Klosser knocked down his own mom going for a rebound. So this guy is competitive.
Yes, sir.
Gives Alex a 1-point lead. Lafayette Central Catholic now just relaxes a bit offensively, and will let Metzger find Bogan. Much more patient this sequence, George. Franklin.
Oh, sweet move. Excellent play. Great patience.
Both baskets in the overtime for Lafayette Central Catholic belong to the senior Eric Franklin. He had 0 against Bloomfield. He has 22 tonight. Garner, who had that big block at the end of regulation. Lear mishandles it. Scramble for the ball. Franklin was the first to get on the floor, and he's the one that gets it. As so often, George, the first player to dive for it is the one that ends up making the play.
Well, both of these teams have been terrific at getting on the floor, and this ball game is, the finish has been just unbelievable. Now Lafayette Central Catholic looks to spread the floor. They're going to make Alexandria come out and foul. They were going to hold to the last shot. Good job there by Rusty Gardner. Keep pronouncing his name wrong. He's probably not going to like me very much, but it's Rusty Gardner.
No D.
Right.
But, you know, it's one of those things. No matter how you pronounce it, just so you call him, right?
Well,
no matter what you call me, just call me.
I want him to know I like him. He's a great kid, good player. He's done a nice job here. Trester Award winner.
Metzger barely draws iron on that free throw attempt. Put a little more oomph in that shot, and 90-88. It's a 2-point advantage. Remember, George, long ago we said this one might be a shootout. It has turned into just that. Whistle and a foul on Lafayette Central Catholic as Garner was on the drive.
Take a look down low here. Kind of splits the two guys. Going to have a two-shot opportunity here, be able to tie this ball game.
Both teams in the bonus with 10 team fouls. So all fouls are two-shot. Variety from here on.
Garner shot that with confidence. Last couple of times he's kind of short on one of the two free throws, but he shot that good knee bend. Well, if you're Lafayette, this is the guy you want to have the ball, number 22.
1 minute to play. Metzger, Shoecraft for three. Oh, unconscious. He's got 32.
Two-possession ball game. If you're Alexandria, you need to get the two just as well.
Garner, three-pointer.
Wow.
What a ball game. 35 seconds and counting. It's a 1-point lead for Lafayette Central Catholic. They'll hold the ball if they can. Weiss, and a good foul from Wade Lear. Boy, George, this game has been terrific from the fourth quarter on.
Now, if you're Alexandria, it's a good foul because Weiss is only a 56% free throw shooter. And he's got a two-shot opportunity. This is not a 1-on-1. They're over the limit. So
Weiss gives his team a 2-point lead. Timeout. A 20 with 25.6 left on the clock. And now Alexandria has changed its mind, and they'll go with the full timeout as Shoecraft, you see him knocking down the three-pointer that gives him 32 points. And then Garner comes back with the bomb for Alexandria.
Wow. This has been a game of three-pointers. Both teams have lived and died by the three, but they've
led by 10 at halftime and led by 14, Alexandria did at the end of the third. But Dan Shoecraft ignited a fire in that fourth period, scored 22 points in the quarter, and he has continued here in the overtime with another three-pointer, 32 for the game. And his performance matched only by Daniel Lustig's 32 points for Alexandria. I mean, these two guys have really stepped it up tonight. Weiss with a pair of big free throws makes it a three-point contest. And Metzger almost had the steal.
Now, clearly you're going to be looking for the three.
Oh, Porter inside, and he's fouled.
It's not a bad play. You got a quick look for the deuce. Porter, a 77% free throw shooter.
And George, that's a situation where if you get that quick look at the two, take it.
Yes, absolutely take it. Then does Alexandria have any timeouts left?
Alexandria has 2 timeouts left, and Lafayette Central Catholic with 1.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get the quick deuce there, you call the time. Now, if he makes his free throw, it gives you time to set up your full court press. look for the quick steal. If he doesn't get it, he got a foul probably within a 5-6 second mark.
And there is the timeout. It's a 20-second timeout for Lafayette Central Catholic. It's a 1-point game in overtime. Remember, the 3A champion Irish of Cathedral will battle 4A King Pike immediately following this showdown. And George, if there's one thing I would imagine you hate as a player, to be in the locker room ready to play and then find out the game in front of you is going overtime.
Overtime. Well, these guys are young. They're resilient. They'll be able to deal with this. Right now, I think we've got a well of a ball game that looked like the Alexandria was in full control early stages of the fourth quarter, but what a great effort these kids from Lafayette Central Catholic has made, not only to get themselves back into this ball game with a clear opportunity to win it now.
See the time remaining. Lafayette Central Catholic by 1. Alex has got to foul. And there's Weiss slapped on the arm. And although Weiss looked very good on those previous free throw attempts, George, that's probably the man that Alexandria would like to see go to the line, because on the season he's just a 56% shooter from the line.
Well, he didn't look like the last time he was at the line, but he clearly, I think if you're Alexandria, the man to foul.
Oh,
he just keeps proving us wrong, doesn't he?
He's hitting. He's on the make side of that 56% tonight, right?
You better believe he is.
2-point game, 3-point game. Big free throws for the junior Nick Weiss. They've got to shoot the 3 now. Garner almost throws it away, and Lustig with the steal, or the save rather. And then Garner shoots the air ball. Lafayette Central Catholic ball.
Well, now, if you're Lafayette Central Catholic, you just need to get it in. You're going to get a quick foul now. Look way down the court. Someone might be open.
Stolen.
Oh, great job.
Porter for 3 in the tie.
Oh, my.
There may be a difference in school size, but there is no other difference here tonight. We're going double overtime.
Unbelievable.
The second OT is coming up from the RCA Dome. Getting ready for the second overtime, and this is why we're getting there. J.D. Closser with a great steal, and Porter rains the 3.
Tough shot, but it was all ignited by the outstanding defense of Closser. Unbelievable. What a terrific ball game this has turned out to be.
Wow. George, our statistician Terry Moore, running out of paper here. His form isn't made for double overtime games. Wow, what a thriller. Shoecraft finally misses one. He's been so strong in this second half tonight. Garner, the terrific pass inside, but knocked out of bounds.
Metzger looked like he jammed his finger there. He's going to be all right. It hurts only a short while.
Just underway in the second overtime. Lafayette Central Catholic seemed to be out of this game, trailing by 14 at the start of the fourth. Has made the comeback, and all of a sudden it was Alexandria that had to hit the buzzer beater to force the second overtime. Oh, great body control.
Strong move.
Rusty Garner gives Alex the 2-point lead, and now the steal.
You cannot dribble through a full court press. You must pass it.
Lustig.
Now
35. Last touched by Alexandria. Boy, George, I can't believe Daniel Lustig, he averages 3 points per game, did not score in the championship game a week ago, and he has 35 tonight.
This is a game of a lifetime for this young man.
Weiss inside. Misses, but Bogan fights for the rebound. Good hustle from the guard that grabs the board. And Metzger draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. You know, George, cannot overlook the effort Nick Weiss has put forth for Lafayette Central Catholic. He came in for Eric Washington, who fouled out, and has really done a nice job inside.
Really beautiful job. Here's a really nice, smart move by Metzger. He creates that contact. He wanted to get himself to the line, but you're exactly right. Nick Weiss has done a wonderful job, especially from behind the free throw line.
Hit the last 4 points for Lafayette Central Catholic in that first overtime, all from the line, and now Metzger rolls one in. Alexandria leads by 4. Make it 3.
Now here comes the press. This was very effective for Lafayette Central Catholic right before regulation of the first game. And here they come up with a big steal.
Weiss with the steal. Franklin missed it. And a whistle and a foul. Well, how about Weiss, the big fella, making the steal at the 10-second line? And for Garner, that will be 5.
Is that 5 for Garner?
He'll leave the game with 17 points and 9 assists.
Fouls on number 24, Rusty Garner. That's his 5th personal foul.
Watch him reach in and get the personal.
Yeah. It feels like he got fouled there. Good solid game, 17 points, 9 assists. This kid, standing young man, good player. Good job tonight.
So each team now has had a key player foul out of the ball game. Bogan.
Well, I'll tell you, Central Catholic has done a nice job making their free throws, especially under pressure. Just been solid from behind the stripe here these first 2 overtimes.
Well, they've had some players that aren't normally good free throw shooters step up and knock them down. Bogan just 58%. Franklin steals it away. Lafayette Central Catholic down by 1. Rebounded away and a fight for it underneath and a personal foul. The call will go against the Knights of Lafayette Central Catholic and will walk to the other end and shoot free throws.
Number 30, Eric.
Lafayette Central Catholic's last 8 points, George, have come from the charity strike.
Absolutely. That time, Eric Franklin gave just a little hesitant look there. Should have shot it the first time. Didn't know if he really wanted to. And he made up his mind. Defense came. He missed it. Now Alexandria with a chance for 2 from behind the stripe. Lustig, of course, 63% free throw shooter. That's not Lustig, I'm sorry. Lear. And he is an 80% free throw shooter. Very nice touch for a big man.
103-101. And now it's a 3-point game as Lear knocks down both, and Alexandria continues with the pressure. The cross court over the top pass has been successful now for Lafayette Central Catholic.
It can also be very dangerous if you're not careful.
Shoecraft. Weiss is there. And we're 1 point away now. Lafayette Central Catholic has made the comeback here in this overtime as well after trailing by 5.
Oh, boy.
Franklin for 3. Unbelievable.
2-point ball game.
Whistle and a foul. No, they'll just call it out of bounds. Unbelievable, George. Lafayette Central Catholic come from 5 points down, and that 3-pointer puts Alex in front by a deuce.
Eric Franklin spots up from behind the line. Another 3-pointer. This has been a game of threes. Both these teams are getting a little bit tired.
Lear lost the handle at it, but it was last touched by Lafayette Central Catholic. Porter, very strong when he gets the ball in that position, but why not throw it out to Lustig, who's having a career night? You can't blame him for the kick out.
Well, it was a good look, and you got a good opportunity. Lustig just a little short with that tray.
Franklin has it knocked away by Porter and a foul. On Porter, that will be number 5, and now Alexandria really hurting with Garner and Porter both out of the game. David Porter leaves the game with 22 points and 7 rebounds.
And it was his 3 that took this thing into the second overtime. Good job there, David Porter.
Franklin at the free throw line. He has 25 points tonight. He'll shoot 2.
Franklin's had a solid second half of play here for Central Catholic. He's done it well from behind the stripe. He's got some points inside, and he shoots it well from behind the stripe at the free throw line.
A 4-point lead now, and Alexandria must get a couple of buckets quickly, and why not go to Lustig? Down by 2. Ball knocked away, but last touched by Alexandria as Joe Granger got a hand on it.
Nice job of handling that. Almost a little careless with the ball. Still plenty of time. 47 seconds. These two teams, a whole lot can happen in that amount of time.
Another whistle and a foul.
Lustig here, transition bucket. Lustig comes wide open, easy little deuce there.
Lustig has 37 points tonight. 13 of 17 from the floor, 5 of 6 from three-point range, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line.
Lafayette Central Catholic has done a great job in shooting their free throws here. Pressure situations. They've all stepped to the line with a lot of confidence and been very successful.
Metzger has had a solid effort tonight. 16 points and 10 rebounds. Franklin with the offensive board. Well, that was a huge offensive rebound and then thrown away. To give themselves a second opportunity, Eric Franklin pulled down the key offensive rebound, and Alexandria has got to make a stop. The Tigers need to get the basketball back, trailing by 3. And the one thing, George, that has been a problem when they fouled Lafayette Central Catholic, the Knights have gone to the free throw line and knocked down their charity tosses.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've done a great job from behind the stripe. Now it's just going to be a matter of getting the ball inbounds. And then you know you're going to probably get fouled, and it's continue to shoot it well from the free throw line if you're Lafayette Catholic. Now if you're Alexandria, you desperately need to come up with a turnover or a steal and try and convert that into quick points, whether that be the 3 or the deuce. Take whatever is available first, and then look to get a timeout to get yourself back into this ball game.
Since the end of regulation, Lafayette Central Catholic 12 of 14 from the free throw line. On the other hand, Alexandria 6 of 8, so they're shooting it well also, but just not quite as many attempts. Double overtime. Lafayette Central Catholic with the ball and the advantage. Alexandria has got to get the basketball back. Shoecraft is fouled. And that's not the player that Garth Cohn wanted fouled, because Shoecraft is a good one from the line, 75%. And J.D. Klosser will become the 3rd Tiger to foul out of the ball game. Leaves the contest with 14 points
nice
and
job.
6 rebounds.
Guy's a workhorse. Now it's just a matter of Lafayette Central Catholic making their free throws. It'll be awful critical.
From the line tonight, Shoecraft 5 for 5. Perfect from the line. 34 points on the night. Alex needs baskets in a hurry. Weiss with the rebound. Knocked away from behind, saved. Franklin has it. Alex must foul. And Shoecraft is hacked with 4.6 left. And Lafayette Central Catholic is going to complete the comeback.
Boy, what a comeback it was. My hat goes off to these young men from Lafayette Central Catholic. They did not give up. They did not give in. They have made a tremendous comeback and made this one well of a ball game for us to do, Vince. And wow, outstanding.
It's amazing what happens. They let the bigger schools play with the little schools, right?
That's right.
Who said these little schools couldn't play with the big boys? Showing it tonight. Chad Dunwoody giving hugs all the way around, and what a solid performance from his kids tonight. And they did it, George, with their top scorer, Eric Washington, on the bench after fouling out in the fourth.
Very impressive.
And the young man standing at the free throw line is greatly responsible. Heading into the fourth quarter, he had just 7 points. He scored 28 since then. Rolls them both in and will leave the game. Dan Shoecraft, 36 points.
What a well of a game he played. This guy was the reason Lafayette Central Catholic won tonight.
And the Alexandria player, Mike Clark, was standing out of bounds. 1.9 left. They'll just inbound it and call it a night. It's all over. The coaches shake hands at midcourt, and Chad Dunwoody can wipe off the sweat of an exhausting coaching performance. 113-106. Ron Sexton, that coach got a workout tonight.
Is it over? I'll tell you what, Ron. I was telling my coaching staff right there at the end, have you ever seen a game where 16, 17, 18-year-old kids hit big shot after big shot? I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I take my hat off to both these teams because people can say what they want about the tournament champions, but I'll tell you what, there's some people sitting at home that are awful, they're pretty upset that they weren't here to see this basketball game.
I know it's the inaugural event, and these two teams certainly know how to christen a new tournament.
Well, we wanted to give the fans something to look forward to, and we knew it'd be a faster-paced game. I'd never dreamed it'd be this score, though.
Let's go back to the fourth quarter. You told your team to look for the first available three, but then also use patience when they encountered pressure and perfect execution.
It was. The kids did a great job in the second half of breaking their press. And I'll tell you that the thing is, when you're facing a pressing team, you can get open shots if you can beat the press. And our kids did that. We had some big kids really step up and hit some big shots. And, what can you say? We hit our free throws down the stretch. They hit their free throws, their threes. Just a phenomenal basketball game. My hat's off to Alexandria. And, hey, we get to play tomorrow.
When Porter hit the shot to send it on, I believe it was the second overtime, what was your reaction? Because it seemed as if they had other options.
Ron, I'll be honest with you. When he hit that shot, I just said to myself, this is phenomenal. I mean, this is Indiana basketball. I wasn't down. Some of the kids were a little down, but I wasn't down. This is what it's all about, win or lose. There are no losers here. Both of these teams are state champions, are winners, and, it's too bad someone did have to lose this particular basketball game, though.
It seemed like some of the fans maybe expected an exhibition, but all of a sudden the game broke out somewhere.
Well, it did. I think, our kids stepped up in the fourth quarter, and, just played a magnificent fourth quarter, got back in the game. And the thing we did, though, is we kept getting the lead at the end of regulation, the end of the first overtime, second overtime, and they just kept coming back. But finally, they finally missed a big shot at the end to let us win this basketball game.
Talk about the game Shoecraft had.
Oh, well, Danny came off, and I think he was 1 of 5 or 1 of 6 from the three-point line in the first half. He started taking the ball to the hole. That's what we talked at halftime. When you spread a defense out like we were spreading Alexandria out, penetration's wide open. And when you penetrate, you're going to get fouled. And that's the thing we weren't doing in the first half. We weren't going the free throw line. We started penetrating the gaps, getting people open threes off penetration, consequently getting layups and getting to the free throw line.
It's almost appropriate given the overtimes in this affair. There's another game for your team.
Well, I'll tell you what, like I said before the game, this is icing on the cake, and our kids they've done this all year long. I mean, it's just phenomenal the type of effort they put forth. Hey, we'll be ready to go again tomorrow night.
Congratulations. Enjoy it. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Ron.
Coach Dunwoody.
The motto for Lafayette Central Catholic's team this season, refuse to lose. And they lived that motto tonight, trailing by 14 entering the fourth quarter. The Knights come back and take it in double overtime, 113-106. We're not done. 3A versus 4A. They've got a tough act to follow at the RCA Dome.
In the state of Indiana, joined baseline by Dan Shoecraft of the Knights of Lafayette Central Catholic High School. Did you ever expect this kind of game to break out?
Well, we knew it was going to be a dogfight the whole game. They play hard and they play with emotion, but so do we, and we've done that all year. We came out here to show everybody what we're made of, what small schools are made of, and we just put it all on the line tonight, and I'm just so glad we're victorious.
Your rhythm, shooting-wise, was very apparent late. When did you begin to feel it? Come on.
Well, at halftime, I was just so angry with myself for shooting so bad when I was open. Coach told me not to worry about it, come out, hit my shots when I'm open, hit my teammates when I'm open. My teammates did a good job of getting me the ball, getting me my rhythm, and I just thank them for everything they did.
Did your press catch them by surprise late? Some wondering why you didn't apply pressure earlier.
Well, our press is really good all year. We didn't run it very much, but Billy Bogan and Brad Mesker are just awesome defenders. They just take it to people all season. Billy Bogan, one of the best defenders I've ever seen. He just took it to everybody all season long. He just shut them down tonight in press.
What was your coach saying after each overtime to keep the spirits high?
Don't worry about it. We still have the momentum in our favor. That we keep coming back, they keep coming back, but if we play harder, we'll come out, and that's what we did. We came out on top because we played with heart and emotion tonight.
Yeah, there was some talk that the players approached this more as maybe an exhibition or maybe an all-star game of sorts. Coach Garth Cohn of Alexandria said he would approach it like a non-conference tournament, but at what point did it turn into an exhibition and into a big game?
At halftime. We thought we were getting embarrassed. We knew we were a better team than that. We wanted to come out, show everybody that thought we didn't have a prayer to come out, and that we were just one of the best teams in the state, and we think we are. And we just came out and showed everybody what we got today.
Where will this 36-point effort for you rank in your career?
Best game I've ever had. It's the most awesome feeling in the world right now. To know that we're playing for it all tomorrow night. We're going to put it all on the line again. Hopefully we can come out on top.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Dan Shoecraft of Lafayette Central High School. We'll come back with more from the RCA Dome in just a moment.